Disgusting! I feel like I need to scrub myself. Ah!
Hey, buddy, I warmed it up for you.
What's up, gamers, and welcome back to the Buddy System. I hope everyone had a good week. I hope everyone had a good day. Let's get into some news real quick. Last week we got a better look into Cyberpunk's weapons, character classes, and maybe a sneak peek into Johnny Silverhand's music, and maybe a flashback. The game starts off with you picking a life path. You have three choices. You have the street kid life path. You play as a person who knows the ins and outs of the city. You know where to get all the goodies and some jobs within Night City. Then you have the no man path, which allows you to play as the lone wolf within a group of outcasts who lives outside of the city called the Badlands. Something like Mad Max, I guess. Then you have the corporal life path. Pretty much you start as a merc for the corporations of Night City with access to key places, but it looks like things may go south for the character later on in the game. Night City also shows us a brief glimpse of Johnny Silverhand and his surroundings, which has this nice little rock element to it, which kind of fits him. Then they go into the weapons, and honestly the weapons is probably the meat and potatoes of everything. And the weapons look really sweet. You have the power weapon, which allows you to bounce bullets off the wall and catch an enemy in tight places. You have the tech weapons, an electric power weapon that allows you to punch through walls and cover, and just if you want to blow somebody the heck up, that's really good and sweet. Then you have the smart weapon, which has a guided missile technology. So if your enemy is running from you or hiding from you, you can definitely catch him without him even knowing. Also in other news, last week Epic chose to go to war with Apple. I don't know why, but they did. After Epic violated Apple by cutting their throat by making a direct service payment option right in the Apple Store, which allows Epic not to pay the 30% to Apple. In response to Epic shenanigans, Apple shut them out of the Apple Store. Epic chose to go on a campaign against Apple, releasing a video ad. Apple has released statements to this matter. Link in the description. Google also shut them out of the Play Store for the same reasons. I don't know what Epic doing, but they ain't playing right. And for other news, earlier this week, it was said that Spider-Man Miles Morales will have his own story by the creative director Brian Horton in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. Link in the description. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they do with him. I love Miles Morales, I love his character, and I want to see what they do with his story and his powers, how they work it out with everything. There are a few games that came out this week that I would like to highlight, which is UFC 4, which came out August 4th for PS4 and Xbox. Then you have Total War Saga Troy, which came out August 13th for PC. And then you have Risk of Rain 2 for PS4, Xbox, and the Switch, which came out August 11th. And breaking news that came out today, Sucker Punch announced and released a trailer to Ghost of Tsushima Legends, a 4-player multiplayer that looks really good and fun, actually. And it's free for all PS4 players, and it's coming out in the fall, which has its own story. It has its own character classes. For all you fans of the game, it gives you a reason to jump back in the fall. More details in the description. I also got to play the Marvel's Avengers beta this week for the Xbox. And unfortunately, I don't have a game capture card to show you the footage I went through, the things I went through, to show you my experience. But I'm just going to keep it brief, and I'm just going to show you some footage from trailers. My honest opinion is the game is ambitious. I love what they're trying to do with it. The loop progression, honestly, I don't think is necessary. You know, when the release comes out, they show more details into how, well, before the game comes out, they show more details on how the loot system will be. Because honestly, when you go through loot, it doesn't really matter. You just go auto equip it to the best loot and just keep going. So you don't even notice it. You can't really sort out what kind of build you would want. I guess, and that's because of the action adventure part of the game. You're just able just to bash through, and it's a brawler, so you get to bash through everything and just have a good time. When it comes to frames, the game really falls when there's a lot of going on the screen. When you have all 4 characters on the screen, they're just having, they're destroying, when everything's getting destroyed and everything is just everywhere, all over the place, it's really hard for the frames to catch up to everything. And I think that's also a major part to what's going to, and I think that's a major part of the problem of the game also. Besides the bugs, and they have some bugs. There's moments where, you have duplicates of characters, or just standing there, which it's just a bug in the game that allows that, and you can continue playing. It's just you just have a clone of yourself just sitting there, or not. The enemy will to proceed through a board. You have to defeat a certain enemy, and the enemy will just stand there like a punching bag because it's just buggy. And then you have moments where the multiplayer actually kind of worked. It wasn't bad. I was able to match up with people. I was able to get into certain games, but you just found people who weren't willing to play with you if there wasn't more than 2 players. So that was the only thing I came in. It did fail session a few times, and man, the only thing that really grinded my gears the most was the fact that the game froze a lot, or not just crashed in general. Just crashed out or froze, or it was a mess in that point. But in gameplay wise, it was fun. I enjoyed what I played. I wish the character tree was more fleshed out, and I just want to see how the other characters work, like Captain America and Thor. I want to see how they work. He was able to play as Iron Man, Kamala, Black Widow, and Hulk, but the other characters, I want to see how that will play out with everyone else on the field. But everything else seemed okay. It's just the frame rate and those little bugs that kind of jam up everything. Those needs to be ironed out. And the loot system, they really need to do something with that loot system. I don't think it was really necessary, or not. It's probably just how the beta was. Hopefully, when the game releases, you could actually put on loot or put on gear, and see how it looks on yourself. But for now, you could have just made it. You could have made it where you just grinded for costumes, because that's the major cosmetic in the game, is costumes and nameplates. Besides that, there's nothing else that separates you from everyone else. But besides that, I am looking forward to the game. It comes out since early September. When I get my copy, hopefully I have a capture card so I can show you my experience and show you how the game is, man. And definitely have fun with it, with y'all and everyone else. Well, that's it for the Buddy System, guys. I hope y'all have a good week. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to subscribe and notify. Leave some comments. Let me know what games you're looking for. Let me know if you played the beta this week for PC and Xbox. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the Ghost of Tsushima update. Are you looking forward to play multiplayer on that? As always, guys, let me know in the comments if any feedback, any criticism is welcome and enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. Press that notification bell, subscribe if you like my content, and thank you for listening to me again. Always love y'all. Peace.